that like broke the entire world that we were used to. We were used to like more a more grounded show, and suddenly you are doing a musical. How was prepping and discussing this, and why did you choose to do this as a musical?
Just for your love, yeah. Give you the world.
Sam is very much a romantic in that way, you know, and I think Sam really finds the beauty in tragedy, and there's also that little tinge of humor in it as well. And I think he wants it to be fun, you know. I think for Sam it was very autobiographical, and like he struggled with, you know, some of the same things that the characters struggle with. It's a very dark story, but it's also really beautiful, and it's really important to humanize all these problems. Drug abuse and depression and all these things are very like heavy topics that I think normally in the media get portrayed as sort of these like very like sedentary, very dark, very morose things. When you're a teenager, no matter what you're going through, everything is intense and vivid and colorful. It is very vivid, and it's like every day is life or death, you know, even if it actually isn't, it feels that way, you know. So I think everything needed to feel larger than life and almost theatrical. For the lighting and the camera work, I just wanted to do as much as possible. I think it needed to be sort of like the pinnacle, the sort of what the show is building towards. So we spent like, I think my crew spent almost a week lighting that set. It was really just about like, anywhere we saw a gap but there wasn't a light, we would put a light there, you know, because I think we wanted to be able, the ability for it to grow and to build to become this really just like monumental thing.
When it all comes down to it, I hope one day you come back.
Did you have to rehearse it a lot, this scene? How hard was to achieve it?
We wanted to rehearse it a lot, but we didn't have time. It was actually the last day of the shoot. You know, there were so many moving parts to that they had to put it at the end of the schedule just so they could get it ready in time.
Yeah.
And because of that, we were really racing the clock, and we didn't have any time. We didn't have a rehearsal day. I mean, Z had she had time to rehearse the dance and everything, and she could go and do it at the location, but we didn't have a day of like rehearsing the shots or anything like that. We just kind of had to show up and have a rough plan for it. Unfortunately, like, our crew at that point moved very fast and kind of understood how we work, so we were able to cover it really efficiently. But yeah, it was intense. We had a few shots planned, but other than that, we just kind of showed up, watched the dance, talked about how we wanted to shoot it, and then just shot it.
Yeah.
I was really nervous about it. I wasn't sure how it was going to hit, because honestly, for me, I'm not very big into musicals. I don't love musicals.
Okay.
Like, it's not really my style. But this musical in particular it affected me more, I think, because I was more attached to the characters, and I think it's also very haunting, and it was very honest. It felt very honest. It didn't feel like over the top. You know, I mean, it was over the top, but in this way that felt very kind of like bittersweet. You know,
yeah,
that was beautiful.
Till then.